Hi students. So last video we discussed about the introduction of sexual reproduction and we discussed in detail about sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Right? And today we are going to discuss about the most important and interesting topic, that is reproduction in human beings. And we know that sexual reproduction is the only mode of reproduction in the case of human beings. And all of us know that our body changes, right, as we become older and older in the height, weight, yes, and we go through certain stages of our lives too. And we already learned in our lower classes about the stage adolescence age, like puberty, right? Do you remember? Yes. So let's recall, what is puberty in human beings? Yes, it's the period during which the rate of general body growth of a human being slows down and reproductive tissue starts maturing. That means reproductive tissue starts maturing and normal growth, general body growth of a human beings will slows down and reproductive tissue starts maturing. And this stages can be called as adolescence, right? And a human reaches adolescence or the puberty at the age of 13 to 14 years, whereas a female reaches the same around 11 to 13 years, even bit early. Yes, so certain body changes are observed during this puberty in both in the case of male as well as female. Yes, and that secondary sexual character starts developing. So we have to now go through what are the secondary sexual characters which we already learned. Yes, just we will recall it. These are the changes in girls at the time of puberty. That is, in girls, the breast size begins to increase with darkening of the skin of the nipples at the tip of the breast. And they begin to menstruate at around this time. And also can see the hair growth under armpits and genital areas. And these are the changes in boys at the time of puberty. That is, boys begins to have a new thick hair growth on their face. Yes, and their voice become crack. Then the penis occasionally begins to become enlarged and erect, either in daydreams or at night. Yes, and there also we can see the thick hair starts growing under the armpits and genital areas. And the common changes observed in both boys and girls at the age of puberty, that is hair growth of hair in armpits and genital area between the thighs, genital area becomes darker, body hair, thinner hair on legs, arms and face, then skin becomes oily, yes, and appearance of pimples mainly on face. Then awareness of body, children become conscious and aware of their own bodies as well as those of others, right? So these are some of the changes which we can see at the time of puberty and which you all might have experienced and experiencing, right? And this changes doesn't take place all of a sudden, or we can't predict at a period of time this has happened to all the individuals at the same time. No, it depends upon the individuals. All the changes which is happening to the body, all the developments or the menstruation, all the changes, it is individually. It may vary to person to person. So when these changes start taking place in the body, actually tells us that it is already ready for reproduction. So now we will see what actually happens in sexual reproduction, how are the male sex cells and how are the female sex cells produced in human beings. So sexual mode of reproduction, we know that sexual mode of reproduction is the only mode of reproduction in the case of human beings. Yes, then it means that the germ cells from the two individuals have to join together. So germ cells means the gametes, right? The male and female gametes. So this can happen by the external release of germ cells from the body of individuals. So as we already discussed in the case of flowering plants, right? So here how it happens, and what are the different parts of male reproductive system and female reproductive system, we need to study in detail. So here first the male reproductive system, and the main important part, and this diagram is very important, which has been given in your textbook, and the main important male reproductive system consists of the portion which produce the germ cells. The main important part, that is the portion which produce the germ cells, and the other portion that deliver that germ cells to the site of fertilization. That means the male gametes should be produced as well as it should be brought to the fertilization place, right? So that both plays a very important role in the case of male reproductive system. So the formation of the germ cells, or the male gametes or the sperms takes place in the testes. And where are these located? So it consists of a pair of testes, that is 2 testes. So these are located outside the abdominal cavity in scrotum. It is located outside the abdominal cavity. So why it is been located outside the abdominal cavity? Why? Because sperm formation, that means the germ cells or the sperms formation, requires only a lower temperature than the normal body temperature. So if it is inside, what happens means sperm formation will not takes place. So sperm formation, as they requires only a lower temperature, it is being located outside the abdominal cavity in the scrotum. Very important question. Okay. And here you can see the diagram or the picture of the male reproductive system and the important parts. And the important parts are the testes. Here you can see a pair of testes, one here and one here. And the testis occurs in pairs. So it produces the sperms, okay, and produces the male hormone also. Yes, testosterone, which we already learned, right, which helps in the secondary sexual characters and all. Right, and the scrotum. So it is been the scrotum. Here you can see the scrotum here in the both the cases. So scrotum, it's an extension of the abdominal cavity, contain the testis. So testis is inside the scrotum, right? It protects the testis and maintains that a temperature lower than the body temperature. Why? Because high temperature is not suitable for the formation of sperms. Okay. Then comes here you can see the epididymis. Here you can see the epididymis. It's a complex tube-like structure again in the scrotum. And yes, here you can see. It stores the sperm which is being produced in the testis. It stores the sperms and helps in the passage of these sperms. Right? Here you can see it is connected to another tube. So next is the vas deferens. Vas deferens. It's also a tube-like structure emerging from the lower part of epididymis. See, lower part of epididymis. Okay, it opens to the ejaculatory duct. That means the sperm which is being produced in the testes, which will be stored in the epididymis, which will be carried through this vas deferens, and it will be for the to the ejaculatory duct. Okay, then comes the important part, which is the penis. It's the muscular and copulatory organ. Copulatory organ in the sense which helps in mating, right? And it helps in the discharge of sperms when stimulated. That means normally they are not activated. The sperm, penis is not being activated. But when they are stimulated, the tissues in the tissues will be filled with blood vessels, and it will become erect, and it is ready for the ejaculation. Okay. And then comes here you can see it goes here, and this is the urinary bladder, and here you can see the ureters, and it moves, and here you can see the urethra also. Yes, so urethra is also a tube-like structure, and we have to keep in our mind that the sperm as well as the urine, they follow a common passage. Okay, a common passage for both sperm as well as for urine. Okay, so these are some of the important parts of the male reproductive system, and also you can see the glands which is there already present. That is a prostrate gland, and seminal vesicles you can see here, and this prostate glands and all actually secretes a milky fluid that helps the sperm's motility, that means sperms to move, right? And the seminal vesicles, that is it's also a viscous fluid which helps in the sperm mobility, in the case it has to be traveling, right? So the sperms formed in testes are delivered through the vas deferens, which unites with the tube coming from the urinary bladder, that is urethra. Here you can see it goes here, it moves, that is the urethra, and urethra thus forms a common passage for both sperm and urine. Okay, so these are the accessory sex glands which helps, that is the prostate glands, already we discussed, then seminal vesicles, then bulbourethral glands. So the functions are, their secretion makes the sperms transport easier. Okay, this fluid also provide nutrition. Okay, now you can see the sperm, that's the germ cell, that is which along with the diagram you can see, which we already learned in our lower class. That is the main parts are the head piece, it consists of a middle piece, then the long tail, yes, and the nucleus is present, then this region, that is the acrosome, and this is the neck region, and this consists of the plasma membrane and mitochondrion. Yes, so this sperm are the tiny bodies that consist of mainly genetic material, and this tail region that helps them to move towards the female germ cells. Yes, so now we discussed about how are the sperms produced and what are the important parts of human male reproductive system. Yes, now we need to know about female reproductive system and how the germ cells are formed there, so which will be discussed in the next video. Thank you.